say yes, chief, you say yes, chief. If you say yes, sir, your ass gonna get checked. I'm telling you right now, you're not getting correct, you're getting checked. Biggest thing that y'all need to know right here, that they actually do check. They have a software now that they can actually look up your medical records now. What's up, man? My name is Bryce. I'm gonna tell y'all about how to survive MEPS, my experience, some tips, and also some updates y'all might not know when y'all get in there, so y'all won't be surprised. So y'all stay tuned, man. It's a lot of crazy things that's gonna happen in this story, man. First off, thank you for y'all tuning in. If y'all new to the channel, hit subscribe button, the like, share. I greatly appreciate it. So in this video, I'm gonna tell y'all this overall experience in MEPS. I'm gonna tell y'all from beginning to end, all the way from the hotel, all the way to going to MEPS, all the way to being in MEPS and the whole process. Everything fresh off memory. So I literally did this yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. So this is like a day later. So everything kind of top note. I want to make sure when y'all go, y'all not confused. Y'all don't get y'all process delayed. Y'all don't need no unnecessary waivers. And most importantly, man, y'all don't want to get TDQ'd or PDQ'd at all. If y'all know what that means, temporary disqualified or permanently disqualified. So I'm gonna help y'all in and give y'all some tips and whatnot. So start from the top. So I went to the hotel. So it's a real nice solid spot. So you go to recruiter, they drove me there, and then they kind of just tell me to run down, hit the right. It's a real nice hotel that I went to. So first thing when you show up, they're gonna ask you for your ID and just verify who you are. Also, if you don't know your recruiter name, and get his phone number and his name too, so they're gonna have to write it down. They're gonna give you a quick little small briefing. They're gonna tell y'all this the hotel password, how to access it, the diner, the games and everything like that, and what y'all need to do, what time y'all gotta wake up. And then they're gonna have a briefing. For us, it was at 8:30, so I got there like later. I got there around like 6 o'clock, so I only had like a 2-hour window. So I ended up going to the room. The room was real nice though, I'm not gonna lie. It was fly, like it was cool. And it was actually better than I expected. It was 2 beds, and some people might have roommates, some people will not. I actually did. He wasn't there at the moment when I actually first arrived. I think I got there earlier. So I was starving, but they did give you like this overall guidelines of MEPS, so you can just read up on it if you're not too familiar on what you need to do and what not to do. So I was starving, so I went to eat. So for people, this is for you guys. If you are in a situation where you might be overweight or you're like right on that threshold, one thing that I did see, they don't have a lot of healthy options there, because the Freedom Club, that's the name of the people that's sponsoring the entire like the hotel transport, is a Freedom's Club, that's what they're called. They have a lot of burgers, fried foods, mac and cheese, and a whole bunch of stuff, which might be good for most. But if you are overweight, I recommend you going to like a food spot where you go to Publix, or I'm in Tampa, so it's a little different. So if y'all got Publix, y'all got like a grocery store, get like some salad or something like that. Because the only thing they're gonna have the spring mix and maybe like some tomatoes, and you might can dice that up and make a little salad, but that's probably the farthest you can go. So they don't really have no healthy options. At least when I went, they didn't have any healthy options when I go. So keep that in mind. And also, I was real bloated too, because I was hungry. I didn't eat all day, so I ate pretty much everything. I'm not gonna lie, I ate burgers, I ate all that stuff like that. But they have a gym as well too, so it's like a little hotel gym. They got treadmills, they got weights and stuff. So if you are able, I will just eat and then let everything digest after briefing, and then go hit the treadmill, because y'all curfew, I mean not y'all, but our curfew is at 10 o'clock sharp. Well, at least at that hotel. So that's something that you might want to keep in mind if you got good time to do so. So literally after that, so I got to the room, and actually, I'm not gonna lie, before I get to the room, I didn't really see too many recruits when I was there. I saw a couple people, they was playing chess or whatever, but it was not a lot of people there. I think everybody was in their room relaxing, probably grinding out. I walked back into my room. I see my roommate. He walked in. We said what's up, dapped up. Found out he actually is like enlist. He's swearing in tomorrow or that day and stuff like that. He's actually one of the older people that was in there. We were around the same age, so it was kind of good. We can have like conversations and stuff like that. So, but we couldn't do too much talk. But we had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So wake up call was at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I think we had to go to MEPS at 5 or whatever. So we couldn't do too much. So we went to sleep. Unfortunately, I got some good rest, and then all of a sudden the alarm just came on at like 3:25 in the morning, bro. Like, I'm gonna show y'all a clip of it.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the stairways and exit the building. Do not use the elevators, but proceed to the stairways and exit the building.
So we was like, first we thought that was an actual wake-up call, because they said like the wake-up call, they gonna actually call you, but they didn't call you. It was a big alarm call. It was crazy. I was like, oh my god, I feel like they was trying to troll us. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they were trolling us like on some basic training, like warm up, like okay, like we saying gonna wake up at 4, but we gonna set the alarm clock and get y'all up and make sure y'all ready. But so I'm startled, I'm like, what the heck going on? Like I'm confused. So we walked down to the hotel, the emergency like steps and whatever, everybody outside. There's like confused days, you got the ambulance, you got the fire truck, everything. And I only showed a few slight clip on it, but I walked down a little further. They had like people was down there butt naked. They only had drawers on. People were barefooted. They were tripping. So that lasted about 30 minutes. So we ended up getting back in, I think like at 3:50 or something around that time. I think it was somewhere at that time. So I'm already kind of dressed. So, and also too, I kind of learned it. If y'all haven't watched my other video about the podcast verification, check that out. And I kind of show y'all what stuff to wear, so you can see my attire. Like I have my jacket, I have a long sleeve on, I have shorts under the pants. And also too, they did make a big deal of this too. Make sure y'all have underwear when y'all going to MEPS. I mean, I had basketball shorts, but I had drawers as well too. They did make a big OD like a reminder to let people know, make sure y'all have underwear, make sure y'all have no thongs, make sure y'all have no like some visible thing, because they gonna see everything. So they kept re-emphasizing that a lot. So I just want to make note of, don't go in there free ball, don't go in there wearing basketball shorts. They not gonna let you slide with that. They did say that. I can't remember. They kept re-emphasizing that a lot, even from the hotel all the way to when I pull up to MEPS. They kept re-emphasizing that. So that's a good reminder for you guys. Just remember that. So we ended up going back down to MEPS. I mean, back downstairs for breakfast or whatever. So they gave us like this little check-in, blah blah blah. Let's do a roll call, make sure who's there and who's driving, who's not driving as well. So we ended up eating. So the food was okay. A lot of people, there was a lot of anxiety. A lot of people was real nervous, which was expected. I was a little nervous, but I was a little more kind of like just kind of excited, just kind of get everything kind of going, because I wanted to get this out the way. Like I feel like this was like the biggest hurdle, because I'm going through OCS. So I heard this was like the hardest part of the process, in the sense of like this, it's stuff that you can't control. So I just wanted to just kind of get that out the way and just do it. So I'm more anxious than anxiety. So people were not eating. Some people were kind of lightly talking like what we're gonna do next and everything like that. A lot of people were very young. It was a good mix of like age there. So the bus person comes. So it was kind of funny, because he tried to be like a drilling instructor. He was trying to be very assertive. So you also got to switch your mindset when you get there, because like sometimes, like especially me, since I used to play college ball, I'm used to people yelling at me, but I haven't played in a while, so I have to retrain my mind to be prepared for people to talk to me real stern, because nobody really talks to me real sternly or very aggressively. So you have to shift your mind back into that mindset, like okay, is this the tone? Just pay attention to what he's saying. Don't focus on the tone of what he's saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's saying, like, good stuff, but if you get wrapped in with his tone, then you gonna get your emotions and gonna flare, and then you're gonna react very, like, a fight or flight, and you're not really gonna listen to what he's talking about, and you're gonna end up getting yelled at even more, or cop an attitude in your face. So, I'm listening to him. He's telling us that we need to do this, this, and that. Okay, cool. We get on the bus, whatever. So, we get on the bus, we ride, but I'm not gonna lie. I went in MEPS in the afternoon. It looks, man, I can't lie. It's like 4:45 around that time. And when I say MEPS looks like the most eerie place that you ever seen, it looked like you know the commercial, the Addams Family, when they kind of drive up and they have that kind of like abandoned house. You see the lightning strike, but it wasn't no lightning. It was just very eerie. It looked like we were about to do a whole combat mission. I swear. Like, it's very dark. It's nothing. It's very like quiet. It's crazy. It gives you a very eerie feeling, especially early in the morning. You don't know what to expect. So the bus parks. We end up going inside or whatever. Not going inside. We end up getting stopped by, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's E7 there. So he kind of just giving us a rundown, setting the tone off the gate. So I was recording a little bit and I got kind of scared. So I stopped recording. I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of scared. He spooked me a little bit. I'm like, oh nah, bro, I'm not about to record. I always learn in football, don't be that guy when you recording and whatever. So I was like, oh nah, I ain't gonna be that person to do that. So we end up like lining us up, everything. So also, this is what I peeped too. I'm gonna go back to the hotel stuff. So I'm starting to already kind of get an idea into people like especially me going in OCS and me doing more of a leadership type role, I really get to sit down and like really analyze people and see how people kind of maneuver and whatnot, and see who listens and who doesn't listen. So me kind of observing like little small things that the Freedom Club people tell you to do. Like for example, when you turn in your key card, make sure you have the sleeve with it. I see some people don't have the sleeve with them. Some people don't have this. They're forgetting this. And my mind is like, okay, I need to watch out for them. So if and when I get it selected into the process, I hope so. I'm gonna do my thing, make sure I get everything right. And I'm going in basic training and the overall officer training school. I'm kind of peeping that, okay, these are people that's going to be kind of hard-headed. These people not going to pay attention to details. So if you ain't going to press them, I'm going to press them. I'll make sure, because I'm pretty much going to be on the hook for your mistakes. So I'm starting to get people personalities and who listen, who doesn't listen, especially when it's in the morning, when you're sleepy, and I'm gonna see your lack of focus. So I'm already kind of peeping the energy. So we go pretty much. He tells the do command. Of course, people ain't listening. They messing up. So we end up walking inside the gate. He giving us the command, and this is one thing I learned: say yes, chief. You say yes, chief. If you say yes, sir, your ass gonna get checked. I'm telling you right now, you're not getting correct. You're getting checked, and you're gonna look crazy amongst everybody. So a couple people end up saying yes, sir. He looking at you crazy, like, what you say? I'm not an officer. Like, who you talking to? Like, pressing him, like, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Yes, chief, yes, chief. I'm like, oh my God, you can't laugh or nothing. You gotta be real solid face. Like, I'm like, damn, these mother don't listen, bro. Like, so he giving commands, and like this one dude have a cup of coffee in his hand. He doing this. Oh my God, he doing this. He's saying yes, sir, but he toasting like he toasting for like he going to the club and taking a shot. He like, yes, chief. And the E7, I ain't gonna say his name. He was like, who you with? I'm with Army. He was like, of course, blah blah blah, talking mess and whatever. Throw that coffee away, whatever. And then he's breaking that stuff down, and he's like, y'all have no lighters, y'all have nothing. He's like, before we walk in, y'all better tell me before it's your amnesty moment. Oh, I got a lighter right here. I got a lighter right here. And he said the command like 5 times. So you already peeping like people ain't listening. And also people not taking out their phones and they bag. They not listening. Oh my God, man. People getting like yelled at, like not paying attention to nothing, like crazy. So after that goes, so now we get into MEPS. So in MEPS is, like I said, the tension is real thick when you in there. It's like, it's no joking around. It's nothing. And what I learned in there, just kind of this gauging people personality, because I'm in psych, I'm very like, I love analyzing people and just the overall like interaction of like how people kind of gauge each other. So what I peeped in like doing this, the whole process, and how people like they're assertive, but they also have a control in the conversation, in the pace, and also with their tone. They make you respond fast a lot. And that makes people tripped up, especially when you have sleep. That makes you're already sleepy. You're not really processing things pretty well, and you also have to respond really fast and stuff like that. So if you're not really on P's and Q's, you're gonna slip up, be too honest. That's what's gonna mess you up in MEPS later on. Being too honest and disclosing stuff that don't need to be disclosed if it's not something that needs to be disclosed in the situation, and end up making your situation worse, or you end up saying something real dumb like you didn't think before you speak. So what I did in general when I was spoken to, and especially when I learned in my experience, if someone is speaking to you real fast and making sure you want an instantaneous response, like they ask me what's my name, I say Bryce, or I say whatever. But what you do is just take a deep breath. So they say, what branch you in? They say take a deep breath, but not exaggerate when it's take a deep little, so you can actually process what they're saying and actually think of your answer as well too, as opposed it's very natural when they respond. And not to mention, when you breathe in, you can bring in air into your diaphragm, and when you say something, you speak with more authoritative vibe, so they're not really like checking you like, what you say, what branch you in? Army. I naturally project a lot more strongly when I actually take time to deep breath and actually speak. So this is a help for everybody else that's kind of like naturally kind of scared, intimidated by the actual person that's kind of directing them into what they need to do. So that's a good help for y'all. So we go into MEPS, we check in, you give your ID, your social and everything like that. So what ended up happening is, I ended up getting yelled at too. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of tired. I got yelled at. So they telling me they have to. I check my bag in and I walk to the back, right? So I said, this is my fault. He said go to the back on the second row in the back. So I'm thinking I'm supposed to go all the way to the back. It literally was like the first row in the second, like it was the first row. He said go to the second row. I don't know. I wasn't thinking right. I ended up going to the very back of the thing. He got on my ass. I ain't gonna hold you. He got on my ass. I ain't gonna lie. He like, what did I tell you? I was like, you the second row in the back. Does the line start? Does it start in the front or does it start in the back? I was like, I already know the answer. I already know the answer to the question because I normally go to the back to front. I do back to front. And I was like, oh my God. But I'm so like tired a little bit. I'm not like recollecting like it was people in the front, but I did see someone go in the back. So I'm thinking I'm supposed to follow him. That was my fault. So I take accountability on that one. I was not really paying attention to details. So he got on me on that. That's one time I got yelled at though, I'm not gonna lie. Try to like, you know, kind of pressure on people and stuff like that. You know, set the tone. Like this ain't no joke. This is for real. So after we sit there and everybody gotta go to the bathroom. If you gotta go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. But you better drink water because if you can't pee, then you gonna have to pee later, or you gonna get TDQ. You don't want that. So I didn't know how to go to the bathroom though. So what I did is, since the water fountain was broke, I peed and then I had to drink water from the sink. So when I had to use the bathroom, I can just pee. So if you need like a little hint, pee and drink from the sink water. I don't care what you gotta do because the fountain was broke. People did say that I didn't really get a lot of paperwork. People saying that you get a lot of paperwork, you fill out. I ain't really filled nothing out. You get a slip and it's pretty much going to tell you, you're gonna have your, you didn't even need your social security like on you. They pretty much have like a little paper that'll have all your social security numbers on there, and they just like, you do something, they'll initial it, like, okay, just put your initials on there, whatever your initials is, put it in, and then they'll sign off on it and take it and stick it on whatever they're sticking on, and that's it. So you didn't really need your social security, but bring it with you. So we end up going into the medical, whatever. Yeah, so the first thing we did blood pressure, and then everybody kind of rotated, and we did something else. I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of forget. And then we went straight into briefing. So briefing, they pretty much gonna pretty much press you, like, make sure you're not lying. We don't do no discrimination. We don't do any. Make sure that no sexual harassment, no nothing. Don't talk. Make sure you respect. They're gonna respect you if you respect us. If there's any issues, talk to us. If you argue, you're in the wrong. Doesn't matter what they talking about. No matter how they respect you. If you got an issue, talk to me or someone else that's in charge, and then I will handle it if it's serious. That's pretty much what all they said. So after we did that, they pretty much we did the breathalyzer thing. So if you don't drink, I don't know if you're alcoholics or nothing like that, do not drink within 48 hours prior to doing MEPS. If y'all do that, then y'all deserve to get in trouble. I'm not gonna lie, y'all dumb. Oh, this is another one. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna call y'all dumb. If y'all brush y'all teeth and stuff like that, do not use no scope, don't use no mouthwash, anything that has any alcohol in it, because that's in case. All means, do not be that guy that has some alcohol on that breathalyzer. I don't care what you, especially if you're under 21, you already gonna be on your ass. They don't play by that at all. So after we do that, then we went into hearing. I went to get a hearing test. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like the hearing test, because when I went in, they got the hearing test, man, like, I had my mask on, and then I had my jacket or whatever. So, like, when you doing it, you gotta beep. So it'll beep 3 times. It'll be 3 times. You click after that once. It might be twice. You click after it once. Or 1 time you click after it once. But the thing about it, like, it don't have, like, noise canceling. Like, okay, my headphones right here, right? These are noise canceling. Like, I don't hear nothing outside of what I'm hearing. So, but those headphones are terrible because you literally can hear everything that's in nearby radius. So if I turn my head, I can literally hear me rubbing across the collar of my jacket. I can hear you can hear yourself breathe on there. So if you're listening to real sensitive, like real soft noise, you will not hear it. So my reading was kind of inaccurate. So like, for example, if I could like 6K, I can hear 6K, but I can hear 4K. If I can hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that. Like, how can I hear 6K, but I can't hear 4K? I can hear 8K, but I can't hear 6K. It was like that type of reading. Like, it was so inaccurate. But because you turn your head like this, or you leaning in because it's like a little bar stool, you're not like sitting in a chair where you kind of like this, be still. You kind of moving a little bit, and you turn your head trying to pay attention. So But it was what it is. I ended up doing okay on the test. So, oh yeah, the second one we did weigh in, height and weight. You did height and weight. I'm sorry, we did height and weight. And everything is pretty much like a station. So you're gonna be like station. They're gonna say you to go here, you go here, you go here. And I'm telling you, like what MEPS is, what I don't like about MEPS. I mean, everybody always complain about this. It wasn't a lot of people there. Like I know a lot of situations where people say MEPS is a ton of people there. I didn't go there because they end up changing the system and they end up canceling out a lot of people's actual dates. Even me, I was supposed to go the day prior, but they end up moving me to the next day. So it wasn't a lot of people there in retrospect to get a physical. So I felt like it could have moved a lot faster. We could have been done, no lie, with everything. I'm talking about everything, and probably like 11 o'clock. We could have been done with everything by 11 o'clock. Honestly, like from 8 to like 7, it could have been like literally like a 4 or 5 hour process. Like literally, you could have been done at 11. But they just kind of move a little slow. I don't know why. I think that's more a psychological thing. I have no idea. Don't know. Don't really know. I can't do nothing to change it, but it is what it is. But yeah, I can see what people mean because it can go a lot faster. So anyway, so next thing we go to, you're gonna go to the you get your blood. You're gonna get your blood work. Some people get their blood work. Some people do other stuff. So I end up getting my blood work. Man, this man, look at this right here, bro. Like this man picks my arm, dog. Like this. Look at this shit right here, bro. Look at this, bro. Like, this man, like, stabbed the fuck out of me, dog. Like, I got a whole red little mark. I don't know if y'all can see it, though, but it's a whole red mark on my shit, bro. This to draw blood, bro. Like, why he stabbed me so hard, dog? I have a whole scar on my shit. My shit was even worse than this, bro. I was so mad that he did that. I couldn't even tell because he pinched it. I just looked away, but I didn't even tell that he even hit it like that until, like, I actually took it off when I got my physical and they actually examined my body. I was like, bro, that thing was like purple, bro. But it is what it is. I mean, the next thing we end up doing, I end up doing the vision stuff. So the vision was pretty colorblind stuff. They gonna do this like a little thing where you have one of your eyes. They're gonna pretty much tell you to read the numbers and whatever. And also they're gonna have a little situation. They're gonna have like 2 numbers, 4 letters, and then you tell me the 2 numbers, and then the 4 letters, and you gotta read it off. And then that's pretty much your test on that, and then you out. The next thing you end up doing, you end up having to pee. So they gonna look at your junk. Just don't scoot in, just pee, do what you gotta do, and get up out of there pretty easy. Not a process. That's kind of like, make sure you drink some water, make sure you're not doing any drugs, taking any pills or nothing like that. So you should be good for that part. What else we end up doing at MEPS? I'm gonna get to the most important stuff. This is the stuff y'all probably care about. The medical examination. So this is where I end up being one of the last people to actually do the medical examination, and I ain't gonna lie, it's very time consuming. They take all day to examine you, but so I finally get up. So he sits me down. It's a guy in the room. So this is where I didn't know like, someone was telling me that you get like a psychiatrist. You speak to a psychiatrist, and then they'll kind of break some stuff down to you, make sure something wrong with you mentally, psychologically or nothing, and make sure you verify what you verify. I didn't really have that. I guess I didn't have that rapport with him or nothing. He kind of just sat there. He was on the computer and whatnot, and then he started asking me questions a little bit. But here's where everybody can get tripped up. This is the biggest thing that y'all need to know right here. That they actually do check. They have a software now that they can actually look up your medical records now. I know a lot of people will say that you can just kind of like just say no to everything. They actually can pull up all your records. So if you got any prescriptions or any type of time you went to the doctor or something serious, it automatically pulls everything up. So they end up finding something up that I did that I forgot all about. I had situation with my eye or whatever where it was like a little thing where I had to breathe my eye. I went there to get it flushed out, and it showed up. So I was like, cause he asked me, he's like, do you have anything with your eye, wrong with your eye? Or you like something? I'm like, no. Like, what you mean? Oh, he said, yes, you do. I was like, no, I don't. He's like, come here. He's like, come here. I walked around to the computer. He's like, this your name? He was like, I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, this shit right here. You was there 2018 you was at this essential care with your eye, explain like little eye thing, break down everything. So got like any surgeons or doctors, they will already see it and then they'll pull it up and see it, whatever. You already, if you have something serious about you, like a heart murmur or something like that you know about, more than likely you would already told your recruiter, so they will already tell you what to do. But like anything, like if they don't pull it up, then it never happened. Don't go into like a random tangent on over explaining stuff, that because you end up getting in more trouble. You might have to fill out a waiver that don't even exist. My friend, if you might took Tylenol one time for a headache and you going to break down or something like that, then they're gonna ask you to pull up medical records from that headache that you had in 2013 that you don't have no recollection of nowhere to access that data because you never went to the doctor for it. And then you're pretty much gonna be SOL, you feel me? Like your process is done because you can't find that information. They gonna need that information to get right. So don't over talk when you do it. So pretty much what he did is he pretty much checked me out, inspect me. So you take off your shirt, all your clothes and everything like that. You have your underwear. They kind of circle you around. They do like a little physical assessment, you know, like duck walks and everything like that. I'm actually gonna do a video of the full examination in later on, so y'all stay tuned for that. And they don't really, and also too, not even gonna cut this off. What makes it more like crazy, like the experience, you never know where you're gonna be at in the process. But one thing that I did peep is that they never tell you how you did when you do the assessment. They just check off on it, so you never gonna know if you pass or not until like the very end, and you have an idea if you messed up. What I didn't, so I end up, they end up walking me there. I end up having something to eat because we end up missing lunch. So they had like leftover little Subways, sandwiches, and whatever. So I ate that, took a little 15, ate, went to the bathroom, came back and chilled. So they ended up sending me to the liaison, which I didn't know that was good or bad, which I heard it was really good. I didn't know that at all. So I'm like, oh man, like did I pass or not? Because they're not telling me, they saying good luck. I don't know, good luck for what? Did I pass or did I not pass? So I ended up going to the liaison, and they ended up saying I cleared. So I was happy. The only thing I was worried about was my weight, because I'm a little bigger, but good thing I'm a little older, so I kind of can have a little, my weight can be a little higher. So that was kind of good. So I was kind of excited. But a lot of people in there had I heard in like this ear hustling, a lot of people had to do waivers and stuff like that. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. So I was a little nervous at first, but overall my experience at MEPS was not too bad. I mean, everybody was saying MEPS can be douches. I didn't have that experience personally. I didn't have any like problems. Like pretty much, if you did what you was told and like you listen and follow instructions, it was some situation where people kind of talked in MEPS. They kind of walk up to you and tell you to be quiet. Or if you about to go to sleep, they'll tell you to stand up if you keep falling asleep and stuff like that. But it wasn't too many. We actually had a good little MEPS amount of people. Like everybody was pretty cooperative, except for like a couple, probably 3 people in there out of probably 30, 40 people that was in MEPS. So we didn't have too many issues or run-ins based on what I seen. So that was a good thing about it. It didn't delay anything. They just kind of took a little while to get stuff processed, which I didn't like that. But I mean, that's kind of expected. I'm kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But I spoke to my recruiter and some other person that was in the office. He was saying like, what you need to worry about, like since you are going as an officer, even if something bothers you, just make sure you just kind of just keep cool composure no matter what, because people are looking at you as a standard. So I think I did a good job in that. Only thing I did kind of mess up at, I guess I'll own up to it. I was kind of ready to go. I was kind of ready to go and stuff. So I was kind of kidding a recruiter like, hey man, I'm ready to go, like get up out of here, like or whatever. So he just told me to be more patient and stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate that. Them letting me know, like this kind of helped me out and stuff. But let me know what y'all guys think about the video. Tell me y'all story. Did y'all, when y'all went to MEPS, how many times did it take y'all to pass MEPS? Did y'all have any sign any waivers? Did y'all have to go through anything abnormal? What would your guys' situation? But like I said, they can pull up this new system that they got in there that they can actually pull up your records now. So be mindful if you got it. So I would say if you have an opportunity to go in a database and see what kind of records you got, I would do that, and so you already know what to expect, so you're not surprised. Even I was surprised when I went up there and I forgot about the eye thing. So if you are taking any prescriptions or whatever, or make sure if you're a kid or something like that, tell your parents to not to stop refilling your prescriptions or whatever, so you can be good. So when you go, this, even if you don't take your prescription, they will see that in the system though. So just be in mind for that though. So if y'all find this video helpful and beneficial, man, hit the subscribe button, and you already know what time it is. Go on, man. Out.